I want to share a little bit about him. If anybody here heard of Harville Hendrix, he wrote the book Getting All the Love You Want or something. Getting the love that you want.
And then the next one was Keeping the Love You Get.
And keeping the love that you get. And let me just, I think Harville was right on a lot of things. And maybe he's changed. I was with him before he even wrote the book, like 30 years ago. And one of the things that I disagreed with is that we all kind of are attracted to somebody for the wrong reasons because we have unfinished business. And I think that is often true, but I think some people are a little more imbalanced than others. But much of what he said, I think, is right on. When I started to talk to Dan, I said there are two lies. I love you, and the second lie is I love you too. Let me connect that with what Harville talks about, and he brings in the concept of the imago. And the imago is an image. We all have, you have it, I have it, of our ideal relationship. I mean, it could go back to listening to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I remember listening to that record over and over again until my mother smashed it, because I was so into this Prince Charming coming along and awakening my soul. So this imago that you have, and how many of us look at people, when you were talking about subconsciously why we're attracted to people, women that are considered more beautiful, by the way, are you aware of this, have more symmetry in their face. And so when we look at beautiful women and why men are attracted to them, and the wider hips for
also
bearing
larger
children.
lips.
And what was it, the larger lips?
Plumper lips. Like Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah, well, I
don't find her at all attractive.
well, I think that has to do with
It's like a big,
okay, I don't know. My own feeling is it's because it imitates genitals.
yeah.
I don't know, but I read it along
I
with what
think-
you were telling me.
Yeah, I think it is, and it gets a little bit out of control at
It's more
times.
than
But
good head.
But anyway, so let me tell you that you all have an image, and don't we? We're all attracted. We see different, I mean, I can look at all the men in the room, and you can look at all the women, and you're going to be attracted to some of us more than others. There's no question about it, because it's true.
No, not after you've been through it a while.
Okay, we don't want to hear war stories. But so what happens is we project that image. So when we think we are instantly, in love, and love at first sight, do I believe it can happen? Yes. And my dad is an example of it. But more often than not, when we are, drawn to somebody and it's out of infatuation, it's because you have some traits. And what I say is that we often are attracted to the dimple, but we end up marrying the whole person. And that, I cannot say it better than that. You may have a few features that I just love. I mean, I'm very aware of what type of skin I like, the cheekbones and stuff. There's a real pattern of who I'm attracted to.
So genetic shopping.
Sure, it's genetic. What a great term. Genetic shopping.
Yeah, you're at the man mall.
I love it. And so what happens is, I see you, and there's something about you that I'm attracted to. I then project all of what I love in a man on you. And that's why we live with the delusion and the infatuation stage in a relationship. The second stage is power struggle. 90-some% of the relationships there's 5 stages. Susan Campbell, I think, has a book called The Couple's Journey or something. And most couples never get beyond the power struggle because the delusion is broken when you start becoming yourself. And we do that all the time. If you fall in love with me and you like somebody that really cooks, I don't cook. It's just not my thing. I'd rather create a new book than create a cake. But if you like that, all of a sudden I'm Dora Domestic and I'm making all these gourmet meals. It only lasts so long.
Right.
And you know what? You like to go camping and let's go camping. And guess what happens after we camp once? Well, let's bring some air mattresses, and by the third time, can't we at least get a Motel 6?
An RV.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I like 5-star hotels. And we lie to each other. Now, here's the other thing. Not only do we project all that we want onto the other person, but the other person, under our spell, becomes that person. So if you like a woman that does gourmet meals, for a while, I am like a dog on a chain, and I'm like, sure, I like camping, I like cooking, I'll do it all.
Right,
Yeah,
And it happens the other way too.
exactly, and sexually it often happens where women who may be very, and not that men can't be frigid, but they may have been sexually abused and they have issues. But I'm gonna tell you, initially, they can put out, because that is what he wants.
Oh, yeah,
And
sure.
but vice versa.
Listen.
It goes both ways. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say though, as